Hi, first graders. It's Mrs. Carroll. I picked out another book for you. This one is called Nate the Great Goes Undercover. Can you tell a little bit about his character? Just by looking at what he's wearing, you might find out something about him. Nate the Great Goes Undercover. I like to look at the front of the book and sometimes this title page to see if it gives me any ideas about what the book could be about. Can you make any predictions about the trash can? Do you see the hand in it? Well, this book is by Marjorie Weinman Charmat. Illustrations are by Mark Simont. For my wonderful father, Nate. Do you think he named this character after his dad? It's great to think about books either the person would like or to base a character on a person you know. I, Nate the Great, am a detective. I work hard. I rest hard. Tonight, I am resting hard from my last case. It was my first night case. It started in the morning before breakfast. I was walking my dog Sludge. Sludge is my new dog. I found him in a field, eating a stale pancake. I love pancakes. I knew he was my kind of dog. I saw Oliver come out of his house. Oliver lives next door. Sludge and I walked faster. Oliver walked faster. Oliver caught up with us. He always catches up with us. Oliver is a pest. There is a garbage snatcher in the neighborhood, Oliver said. Our can is tipped over every night. I need help. Oliver knows I am a detective. He knows I am a good detective. I will help you, I said. I, Nate the Great, will help you pick up your garbage. That is not the kind of help I need, Oliver said. I want to know who is taking the garbage every night. That is easy, I said. Somebody hungry is taking your garbage, somebody very hungry, and sleepy. Somebody sleepy from getting up every night to take your garbage. Do you know anybody hungry and sleepy? Oliver asked. Yes, I said, me. I will find the garbage snatcher after I eat breakfast. Sludge and I went home. I cooked a giant pancake. I gave some to Sludge. Then we went outside. I said to Sludge, I'll ask questions while you sniff. If you sniff any garbage smells, let me know. I saw Rosamund coming down the street with her cats. Rosamund did not look hungry or sleepy. She looked like she always looks, strange. Sludge sniffed while I spoke. Rosamund, do you eat garbage? Rosamund said, there are 2,000 other things I would eat before I would eat garbage. First, I would eat hamburger, ice cream, candy, pickles, bananas, potato chips, crispy Krabbies, relish, donuts, spaghetti, ice cubes, mint leaves. Rosamund kept talking. I did not have time to hear her list of 2,000 things. I walked on. Rosamund was still talking. Pretzels, artichokes, baked beans, chocolate pudding, vegetable soup, walnuts. Rosamund had 2,000 reasons for not taking Oliver's garbage. But what about her cats? I went back to Rosamund. Cauliflower, wafers, lamb chops, she said. Peanuts, egg salad. Excuse me, I said. Do your cats eat garbage? No, Rosamond said. My cats eat cat food, cheese, tuna fish, milk, salmon pie, liver loaf. I walked away. I decided to look for Esmeralda. Esmeralda always has her mouth open. She is either hungry or about to yawn. I saw her sitting in front of her house. Sludge sniffed. I spoke. Do you get up at night to visit Oliver's garbage can? I asked. I would never visit anything that belongs to Oliver, Esmeralda said. He might follow me. Now I knew why Esmeralda always keeps her mouth open. She has wise things to say. She had given me an important clue. No person would go near Oliver or his garbage. Oliver is too much of a pest. Sludge and I went home. Oliver came over. Oliver always comes over. Sludge sniffed Oliver. I gave Sludge a pancake. Is the case solved? Oliver asked. Part of it, I said. Which part? He asked. I, Nate the Great, have found out who did not take your garbage. A person did not take your garbage. Well, who took it? Oliver asked. That is the part that is not solved, I said. I, Nate the Great, say that an animal or bird took it. An animal or bird that goes out in the night. I will find out what. And I will be back. Sometimes I, Nate the Great, need help. I went to the library. I read about birds that go out in the night. Do you have any predictions? What could be getting in the garbage? They are called strigiforms and caprimulgiforms. I wrote the names down. Then I crossed them out. Birds with names like that would not eat anything called garbage. Then I read about cats, rats, bats, mice, shrews, skunks, raccoons, possums, and moles. They all go out at night. So we had to do some research. I read about what they like and what they do not like. When I went home, Oliver came over. I said, a cat, rat, bat, mouse, shrew, skunk, raccoon, possum, or mole is taking your garbage. Which one? Oliver asked. I don't know. But tonight, I, Nate the Great, will find out. I left a note for my mother. Dear Mother, I am sleeping out tonight. I am taking a blanket. I am taking pancakes. I will be back. Love, Nate the Great. I went out into the yard. It was cold out there. I asked Sludge if I could share his doghouse. I crawled in. Sludge crawled out. It was a small doghouse. I looked out the window of the doghouse. I could not see Oliver's garbage can. I crawled out of the doghouse. I left Sludge a pancake. Where could I hide? I, Nate the Great, knew where to hide. In the garbage can. I was sorry I knew. Detective work is not fun and games. Detective work is dirty garbage cans instead of clean beds. Detective work is banana peels, dish rags, milk cartons, floor sweepings, cigar ashes, fleas, and me all together in one can. I peeked out from under the cover. The street was quiet. Then I heard a sound. Crunch, crackle, clunk. The sound was close to me. The sound was me. The garbage can was crunchy and crackly and clunky. Every time I moved, it was crunchier and cracklier. I lifted up the cover. I got out. I had a new plan, a better plan. I would not wait for the garbage snatcher. I would go out and find him. I crept down the street. I looked to the right and to the left and behind me. Right, left, behind, smack! Something big hit me. It was in front of me, the one place I forgot to look. I do not think I made a dent in the telephone pole. I kept creeping and looking. Right, left, behind, front. Right, left, behind, front. I came to a field. Animals like fields. I saw an animal. I, Nate the Great, was in luck. I crept closer. I, Nate the Great, was in bad luck. It was a skunk. I started to walk backward. I saw some stuff on the ground next to the skunk. It looked like garbage. I walked forward to see. I saw some garbage. The skunk saw me. The skunk stamped his feet. He raised his tail. I, Nate the Great, did not run fast enough. But the case was solved. The skunk was the garbage snatcher. I went home. I wrote a note to Oliver. I put it in his mailbox. Dear Oliver, I, Nate the Great, have found out who took your garbage. It was a skunk. I, Nate the Great, know how to get rid of a skunk. Put a can of mothballs next to your garbage can. Skunks do not like the smell of mothballs. I learned this in the library. I do not like the smell of skunks. I learned this in the field. Yours truly, Nate the Great. It was not morning yet, but I knew there was something I must do right away. Do you know what he had to do? Look at the picture and think about what happened to him in the field. I was glad the water was hot. In fact, that is how I spent most of the next day. The following morning, Oliver came over. "The case is unsolved," he said. "The garbage can is tipped again." "Impossible," I said. "Come and see my garbage," Oliver said. I, Nate the Great, have had better invitations. But I went. The can was tipped all right. "And here is a can of mothballs," Oliver said. "So who is the garbage snatcher?" he asked. I, Nate the Great, will find out, no matter how long or how many baths it takes. Do you have any predictions of who else it could be if it's not the skunk? Sometimes I like to make predictions in the middle of a book. I walked away. Sludge followed me. He was doing a lot of sniffing. But I, Nate the Great, had a lot of thinking to do. I gave Sludge a pancake. There must be a clue I missed. Sludge ignored the pancake. Do you remember that happening before? He was thinking too. I thought harder, and I knew what the clue was. All I needed was the proof. I left a note for my mother. "Dear Mother, I will be next door tonight. I will have a cover. I will be back. Love, Nate the Great." I went to the garbage can. I stepped inside. I put the cover over me. I left space to look out and to breathe. I knew that was important. I waited. Oh, can you see the shadow? Do you recognize it? Nothing happened. Something came up to the can. Something knocked the cover to the ground. Something looked inside. Something was Sludge. Sludge was surprised to see me, but I, Nate the Great, had been expecting to see Sludge. I knew that Sludge was the garbage snatcher, and I knew why. Sludge was tired of my pancakes. How could anybody be tired of pancakes? Sludge was looking for his own snack. Sludge was hungry. I took him back to his doghouse. I gave him a bone and a bowl of dog food. Someday Sludge will be a great detective when he learns to sniff more and snatch less. I wanted to take a bath, but I was too tired. I wanted to write a note to Oliver, but I was too tired. Tomorrow, Oliver will come over. Oliver always comes over. Now I am resting. I can hear the sounds of the night. I can hear the sounds of the crunchy bone being crunched. They are good sounds. My first night case is over. Maybe it will be my last night case. I, Nate the Great, am pooped. And there's another Nate the Great book called Nate the Great and Me, The Case of the Fleeing Fang. And let's just look back for a moment and see if we can see that other thing that Nate might have missed. Look back here. Did Sludge want the pancake then? So sometimes detectives have to really pay attention close. I hope you enjoyed the book, and I will read another one another day. Bye, first graders.